become one of the icon characters. He's been out there, he's been exposed enough that he's like a Frankenstein, Dracula.
I was a fan of the original one when I could finally watch it all the way through. It was so scary. I mean, I put it up there with The Exorcist as the two top scariest movies.
The original has its place in the Hall of Fame of horror movies. It's a seminal fixture, imitated but never matched.
And it really had a traumatizing effect on me. I was a little bit disturbed, probably for a few days afterwards. And I don't really get scared in scary movies that often. I mean, I have a high tolerance for like gore and all that kind of stuff, and that's not really what scares me, but something about Texas Chainsaw Massacre really creeped me out.
There were a few great films that really caught my interest as a young person, and this was one of them.
It totally blew my mind. You know, I had gone to Yale, I was a smart guy, I'd seen a lot of horror movies. I mean, I had every reason to look for the zippers and kind of say, this isn't real. But you know what, it was so good, it was so different. The soundtrack, the cinematography, the images, the acting, the costumes, everything about it was mind-blowing.
Because of the disadvantages financially, and it had to be shot on 16 millimeter, they just made the decision that they were going to make it look like a documentary. So all that did was add to the realism of the film.
We were a bunch of kids playing with the chainsaw and hoping we got it on camera. Thank goodness, you know, some of our accidents didn't happen off camera. It was a pretty deadly film, and it was extremely real because we were very young, we had very little money for any kind of budget, and so we kind of improvised our props and our sets and anything we had to do.
Tobe was very interesting to work with. I had never worked on a movie before, and it was only later when I worked on a bunch of other films and realized what incompetence was, did I understand how professional the original Chainsaw crew was, and how disciplined the crew was.
The character of Leatherface really is, I think, starts with the name Leatherface. It's such a weird name, and the idea that he would take, I don't know if he was the first monster to ever just actually carve people's faces off and wear them as his own face, personality, mask. I don't know what he was up to. You know, that is just so frightening, and the fact that he would use a chainsaw is just, you know, I mean, it's like the perfect horror tool.
The mask is the heart of who Leatherface is in the original movie. It is the expression of what he's feeling or what he's doing now. This was one of the few points that Tobe did make to me about the, Leatherface. Everything is expressed in the mask.
Leatherface isn't an evil figure. He's a tragic figure, and he's having a bad day as well. I mean, where do these people keep coming from? I mean, they keep showing up at the door, and he's terrified.
I think everybody wanted to use this movie to step up to, a career. And me, I would think of the movie 2000 Maniacs, and I thought, this movie is going to be a success, in my mind, if, like 2000 Maniacs, 5 years down the road, the few hardcore fans remember it.
I discovered after about 8 years of the film being in release, Chainsaw kept coming back again, and made your first run release for about 8 years. And I think it occurred to me at that point that the film's going to stick around a long time.
I think one of the main reasons it connected is because, well, unlike today, we didn't show that much. We really didn't. If you go back and view the Texas Chainsaw Massacre today, you're not going to see much blood.
When Chainsaw was released, the feedback would come to me how absolutely gory the film is. I mean, this was pre-slasher film, high prosthetics.
But also, I think what makes it so scary is what you didn't see. And it's also that roaring of the chainsaw that drives you crazy, and that crazy girl that doesn't shut up in the background, which was me.
And it really disturbed me, because I come from a small town in northern Illinois, and I used to think of rural America as quaint and fun. And if you're driving by an old gas station, you want to go in and see what they got in the barbecue rotisserie, you know, that was all kind of fun. And then I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I was thinking, oh, holy shit, I wonder who's cooking in there. And so it completely frightened me to rural America.
It really bothers me when they start saying things like, this movie is about Vietnam. This movie is about the degeneration of the American family. No, as Tobe Hooper said, this movie is about meat. As Freud said, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. And I think that about the original Chainsaw movie. It's a great horror movie. It is not necessarily a comment on American society.
I don't think I would return to direct another Chainsaw sequel, because I did mine my way in a time where I could have artistic control. So I need to go forward.
I was working at a company called Twisted Pictures. I was president of production. I had spoken with a friend of mine who told me that there was a chance that the rights to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre may have reverted from Platinum Dunes back to the original rights holders. So made a few phone calls and found myself on a jet. Within a week, I went down to Austin, Texas, and I met with Bob Kuhn and Kim Henkel, who was the original writer of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They were the rights holders. And I made them an offer they couldn't refuse. No, that sounds too Italian. But seriously, I basically told them that if they would see fit to trust me with their rights, that I would do my best to reboot the franchise in the hopes of making 6 sequels, similar to the Saw franchise.
Lionsgate had hired Steven Susko, who they love and we love, but they decided after he delivered his script that they really wanted to go in a different direction.
Sadly, Lionsgate shot it down because it had a lot of cannibalism, and I think that they were worried about cannibalism because of a movie they did called Midnight Meat Train. So it was back to the drawing board.
So they interviewed like 17 pairs or 17 individual or pairs of writers, and we were lucky enough to go in with Mark Berg from Evolution and Carl Mazzacone, and we pitched our idea.
We really wanted to tell the Hatfield and McCoy story of this region of Texas, and just thought, you know, there's so much more life in that for sequels. You know, Leatherface was going to be an anti-hero by the end of the picture. That was the idea, because the Hartmans were so horrible, and what they did to this family is so inconceivably terrible. Look, this is a group of people that are murderers, absolutely. The Sawyers are bad folks. But you know what? We live in America, and we live in a country where you're supposed to get due process, and you're supposed to get your day in court, not a lynch mob. And we were saying, you know what? These things happen. This stuff happens in our culture, where citizens take it upon themselves to just string them up and burn them down. And so for us, we were kind of saying the mob is worse than what Leatherface has done.
We really wanted to humanize Leatherface. I think that was probably one of the big things, and to tie it to the original.
At that point, we had gotten the project, you know, past the 50-yard line, and then spent a good 3 months honing that screenplay, polishing it, and bringing it to reality.
They were actually very concise about what they were looking for, you know, which direction they wanted to go. And then we would give them drafts and we would get notes from them, and it was a wonderful working condition.
And action! Action, action!
Never did anything with horror in my life. Carl Mazzicone said, hey, what do you think of my movie project? I gave him some thoughts. He liked them. Next thing I know, they hired a writer to implement them. And then I ultimately ended up writing the script. And they said, well, then why don't you just go ahead and direct it? So here I stand. I did a lot of research on different horror movies. I thought I'd bring my own kind of thoughts to one and not sort of play monkey see, monkey do with what people have done in the past.
I think it's really a fine line between an homage and plagiarism, personally. So in this movie, we constantly debated to what point we could swing in either direction.
When you approach Texas Chainsaw, you have to go, okay, what made the first one fun? And to me, it was finding those little moments, those little embellishments that Tobe Hooper had put in the film. There's a lot of poetry in the original movie, just the compositions with the sunlights, the moons. The movie shot mostly wide with a lot, not so full of close-ups. So I was impressed by it, and then I went through the movie again. I picked out like the 10 little things that I thought were really fun about it or cool, from the armadillo to the freezer to some of the language that opens the movie, and I began to sprinkle it into the script in a new way. So we weren't sort of remaking it, but we could have fun using what was there before us.
I think the elements of the film that represent the script that Deborah and I wrote the best are the Frankensteinian nature of the story, the fact that Leatherface becomes this empathetic character. Heather, the Hartmans, these are things that we created from whole cloth that we really feel protective of. We love those characters. We tried to give the town a certain flavor and sense, and that's really there. And a ton of the set pieces, even though a lot of the set pieces had to be shortened or reduced for budgetary constraints, which is every movie.
We wrote a much bigger budgeted film than what actually got made. And I think that's where a lot of the changes came, because we put in a lot more 3D, a lot more scares. I mean, the carnival scene was huge.
This is what's so cool about working with Lionsgate and with Evolution. The first thing in the carnival was the pig head from Saw appearing. And in our version of it, Leatherface actually cuts him right down the middle, just saws him right in half. Again, budgetary concerns, I totally understand why they didn't do it. But what was so great was that Lionsgate and Evolution were like, yeah! Like, they loved, one franchise ripping the crap out of the other franchise.
It's interesting when people make sequels or prequels or remakes, sometimes they shoot frame for frame. And I think other times, you look at the Marcus Nispel remake that Platinum Dunes did with Jessica Biel. It was very similar. There was a few small changes, but for the most part, the same movie.
If you want filmmakers to keep finding new ways to turn our genre into gold, new ways, new stories, new ideas, you have to give us the freedom to tell those stories. You have to give us the freedom and take the internet shackles off of filmmakers and celebrate them, even if they swing and they miss. But if they swing for the fences, honor the fact that the filmmaker is trying to do that, because otherwise, no one will swing for the fences. And the audience will get what they're asking for, which is the same movie over and over and over. I can't think of a world more boring than that.
I think that anyone who attempts to make a sequel, I give you props, because we know how hard it was. And I think some of them really did well and some of them missed the mark, but all in all, I think they really tried to make a scary movie. And that's really what we're all here doing this for. We're trying to put people on the roller coaster and have them take that ride.
You don't go to a roller coaster and say, yeah, I just want one turn, but I don't, that big hill, let's cut that out of it. Who would go to that roller coaster? The number of times we've been told, like, well, don't make it too scary, or, oh, the audience can be upset by that. No! Embrace that. Like, let's scare the crap out of people. That's what they came for.
I think there was a lot of gold mine left in the gold mine, and I want to mine some of it. I think there's a really good story there, and great characters that can reoccur over and over, and I hope to give birth to a new franchise, and that's what our goal is here.
We're shooting here in Shreveport, Louisiana, and it's hot. It is very hot. The middle of August.
And I have on this all the time. This is not a cool shirt. You know, the wind doesn't get through it. It's very heavy.
Strangely, no mosquitoes. I've not been bit by one mosquito, and I grew up in Louisiana, and they used to eat me like candy. So I'm happy that they've gone somewhere else for right now.
One of the things I'll most remember about working on this film is being towed around in a van that has no AC for about 13 or 14 hours. At that point, you become completely delirious.
Being in this heat, especially if you're getting chased and it's a lot of stuff going on, you know, it just gives you a sense of awareness of what it would really feel like.
Go! 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 Oh, Heather, go up and go! Ryan, go!
And even if you know that you're not actually gonna die, your body sort of is tricked into believing that something is very wrong. And that's sort of an interesting thing for an actor, I think. Heather is the protagonist of the film, and she is, you know, a normal girl, but sort of doesn't really feel like she fits in. And she discovers that she actually doesn't come from where she thought she came from, and there's this whole other life and family that she is a part of, and she sort of goes on this journey with her friends. She goes on a road trip, and she goes through a, you know, spiritual journey, emotional journey, and literal journey to find out who exactly she is and where she came from and what it means.
Sweet.
Rich, baby.
No way. Oh my God, girl.
Wow. This is nicer than the outside.
Yeah.
Not what I expected at all.
I don't know where to start.
Alexandra Daddario, she was my idea. I saw her, and the minute I looked in those blue eyes, I had to have her. She has an enormous strength and a power that very few actresses that came through the door had.
I liked her because she's physical, she's strong, and yet at the same time she's pretty in sort of a warrior type of way.
Now there is one glitch in this, that if the dates are correct, then there's kind of a 10-year gap where the main character's 25, she should be 35. I'm hoping nobody will hold us to accounts on that, but we wanted it to be a modern telling.
And I think the guys, like in the original, you're kind of staring at Marilyn Burns the whole time. In the remake, you stare at Jessica Biel. You'll have no problem staring at Alexandra Daddario.
Well, the day before yesterday, I got to make out with Alexandra Daddario, and that was heaven on earth.
Trey Songz plays Ryan in the film, and this is his first film, and I know he wanted to get into acting for a long time and had a lot of choices, I think, and he felt that this was the right film for him to start with.
I've always had an appreciation for acting, and you know, had a desire to act and, you know, live out that dream that I think everybody has, you know. And the role was great. It's not too much pressure for me, but it's enough to get my chops up. I kind of left my album cycle making process to be here, and it's been a great experience so far.
He has no ego about himself. It doesn't seem like he has to try to act, so he's taken very naturally to it.
You know, the director's running crazy, and, you know, you got light guys running around, you got grips here, you got this, that, and the other, and, you know, you're still trying to find that place to go. And it's been great working with these guys because they've been doing it for a while, although they're still young and very fresh faces. They've been very helpful.
We have some pretty good-looking people but we got Trey Songz, and you know, Trey, he's a little chunky. And I said, Trey, you gotta lose some weight because, you know, Leatherface is the big man, but we need a stud.
He's got a lot of swagger and he's very charming. I think, well, girls already totally love him. We all know that.
He's such a big star, and he handles it with such grace and dignity, and it was really inspiring to watch.
I've seen the movie now, so y'all can't be screaming so loud, all right?
Real. Bryce Jack.
What the fuck are you doing?
Nobody's looking.
Well, Tania Raymonde, who's a great girl, you know, exciting character, exciting personality. She plays Nikki, who's even more exciting and just fun and outgoing. I think she's just a girl just down to party and just have fun.
Well, I had my period this morning, and I'm like, God damn it, I forgot to bring a tampon. No, I started off looking like a normal human, and now I've just sort of progressively gotten bloodier and bloodier as the day's gone on.
First of all, Tania has worn this outfit for 3 weeks and has put in her contract that when she wraps on Tuesday, we've been instructed to burn it. She never wants to see it again.
Yeah, burn it to the ground. This and the van, too, would be nice.
Kenny's a bit eccentric. When I originally read for the character, they had him depicted as a tattooed, pierced freak, gangly and sort of drug-infested, maybe. And I thought, yeah, that's cool, but you know, that character really harkens back to the early 90s, the kind of Gen X stereotype of the outside kid. So I thought, how do we bring that up to date, and how can we make him interesting and alternative, but make him more contemporary?
What was that?
Daryl is a wayfaring stranger, hitchhiker, who gets picked up by the 4 main characters who are on their way to New Orleans with a stop in Texas, and he's on his way to Shreveport. And he gets into kinds of mischief with them and takes advantage of their situation.
Shaun Sipos is completely unsympathetic under any circumstance, and I highly recommend never working with him. It was kind of cool to work in this heat because it actually sort of puts us in the situation, and it helped. It's basically working with Shaun the entire time has been one of those looking over your shoulder just to see that he's not trying to tear you down.
You're asking for trouble. I wouldn't burn if you doused it with a fuel tanker.
Scott Eastwood is playing Carl. He'll be one of my deputies, and he looks remarkably like the young Clint Eastwood. You know, it was uncanny. When I walked up and looked at him, I was like, wow.
You think he's one thing, and he ends up being, there ends up being a nice little twist at the end. There's a moment in the movie where I actually pop Heather, give her a quick little pop to shut her up. And not to say that I enjoy hitting women by any means, but yeah, there's something that's kind of comical about the scene.
Stop the fucking car! What are you doing?
Yep.
Saw you girls loose. She's headed towards town.
Paul Ray, who plays Bert Hartman, my father in the movie, he's a dick.
Bert Hartman, proud mayor of this little slice of paradise. How you doing? My character ends up being antagonist of the whole movie. You know, in the end, you actually feel for Leatherface.
I'm gonna enjoy this shit. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this shit. Shoot your ass up.
When you think about it, these people torture people. These people kidnap people. He's killed a bunch of people, so my guy is kind of right. He's just not right about how he goes about to do things.
So where are you gonna go shoot now? Tell us where you're gonna go shoot. We're gonna do a little partying in the van right now. We're gonna get wasted.
One thing that was really important, though, to us, even just as actors, was we realized we have to be in this van and we have to have a natural kind of interaction with each other. Even if we're not old friends, there has to be a sense that this isn't 4 kids who just got stuck together and they gotta make it work.
Stop. You look so good, Kenny.
I could hold up a store with that thing on my head.
We all stand in the same place. We see each other each and every day. We're around each other all the time. You know, actually, it's getting down to the day before I leave that I'm actually, you know, bonded very well with a lot of people, and I kind of gonna miss it.
This has been weird. It's a complete slasher horror movie, but we've had nothing but a blast on this movie. It's rare that you hang out with your castmates that much. It was a very tight-knit, close group, bunch of people, and we got along great.
We haven't done much like green screen or CGI at all. In fact, there's a scene when Leatherface is chasing us and we're in the van trying to escape and the car is stalling. He runs up to us with the chainsaw and starts trying to hack his way through into the back seat while we're all in the car. And there were literally sparks and stuff as he was hitting with the chainsaw. It was all real. None of that is computer. Like, we just shot it. I didn't even expect that to happen, but it definitely adds to like the real life terror of it.
All right, are you gonna go this way? Sweep. Okay. And then sweep. There you go. Me and Leatherface, we had a big fight scene the other night that lasted 3 nights. A lot of choreographing, a lot of prep, and both of us are covered in bruises. I got a bruise the size of a football on my hip. He's got 2 right here. I beat him with a pipe for 3 straight days. So it was very interesting, but you know what? It's gonna play great.
Don't shoot him!
I do try to stay in character as much as I can because it takes time to work yourself up into that and to just feel that kind of level of fear. So it is sort of a constant panic attack.
It's great fun to develop the character and have fun doing it and selling it and have people watch it and enjoy it, and it makes you feel really, really good. But the time you're doing it will wear you out.
It's 12 hours of driving yourself mad, essentially.
Let me out! Open the door, you liar!
How does Heather deal with this new information? How does Heather deal with finding out where she came from, and what does she do afterwards? I don't know. Does she start killing people with chainsaws? Who knows? I have no idea. That would be awesome. That's probably not what's gonna happen. But if I directed it, I would just have Heather going on a crazy, insane rampage.
Every fan should know one thing. We have multi-picture deals with Leatherface, Alexandra Daddario, Scott Eastwood, Thom Barry, and my favorite, who's playing Mr. Farnsworth, Richard. So if we are successful, those 5 characters will return in future Leatherface 3D, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D movies.
Good to see you, sweetie.
Funny to be back here
Yeah.
at Leatherface Central.
It feels comfortable. Feels like yesterday.
Yeah. We need more
Feels like-
blood. If she had more blood on her, it'd be better.
And it should be a little hotter.
Yeah.
And you should smell.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he could never change his costume.
So I wore the same clothes for 28 days.
This is pretty dang delightful. We got a breeze. Yeah, we're in fresh clothes.
We have air conditioning.
Yeah, what could be nicer?
Way back in the day, I can remember Toby, Kim, and I trying to think of a sequel. That was way back in the day. And then, as the years went by, everybody and their brother was trying to write a sequel. And I'm always anxious to see what they come up with next, in the storylines.
We always thought of the Chainsaw family as just the 4 of us and dead grandma. But apparently the Sawyer clan was quite large. So that as the original story ends, the Sawyer clan gathers very quickly because there's trouble brewing. And I'm one of this Sawyer clan, and I'm, as described in the script, a rough-looking Sawyer, like the others weren't.
Drayton was played incredibly by the late, great Jim Seadow, who is a good friend of mine and with whom I got to work on Chainsaw 2. And so it's kind of funny. It's coming back and playing Drayton. I like to say it's kind of like Moe coming back and playing Curly in a remake of The Three Stooges. So it's a little strange, but it's a lot of fun, and I'm really happy to have been handed the responsibility to do right by Jim.
Hey, Drayton, you know why I'm here. Come out, bring jig, hands above your head.
He was protecting the house, protecting the family. They were strangers come up on the property. That ain't the way I heard.
You know, I'm certainly channeling his spirit, which is a wonderful one. The character is, you know, nothing that I could ever equal, in the sense that, you know, I'm not really trying necessarily to make you forget Jim Seadow. Really, my job, as far as I'm concerned, is to just pay homage to him and to, you know, just get the humor of Jim's performance, which is amazing.
You throw like a girl, you son of a bitch. Blow me.
All I can say to the fans is, look what your brother did to the door!
The design of this house was predicated by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We did our best forensically to reproduce it, and the ways we did it. They had sold the house and chopped it up and moved it to somewhere in Texas, and it became a restaurant. So we sent someone to the actual house and measured every square inch of it. And then we pulled lots of screen grabs off the film and did our best through that process to replicate every aspect of the house, down to moldings, butcher paper on the walls, feathers, bones, tables, and chairs. You know, film is a very powerful tool. You can see a lot from it in details.
And originally, when I first started scouting, we tried to just find a house as close as we could, but it's such a unique home that we decided just to build it. But now that you build the house, where are you going to put it? So, you know, this movie was shot in Texas, and we're in Louisiana, and we were able to find a location that was very similar in the geography of the original location, with the orientation of the road, with the tree line, even down to the row of trees behind the house. And so when I came across this place, it was a thrill.
I just think it brings authenticity to the whole project. It gives it a little bit of stature that it didn't have, and it gives a little honor to the original that's needed. I got to tell you, I was standing here in the driveway and I watched Gunnar Hansen come out of the van and walk up this driveway for the first time. All he could tell me was, wow, this is so creepy, I can't believe it. This brings back 40 years. Wow, look at this. And he was just so impressed by what Carl Mazzicone had done to replicate the house to scale, down to the bushes, the swing set, everything.
Oh my goodness. Here's that infamous door. Boy, they did a great job on that. Everything looks so real, down to the wallpaper. And the stairs. Oh my goodness, they even did the wallpaper upstairs. That light blue with the little white flowers. They did some detail here. It is kind of like yesterday. I keep wanting to look behind my back and make sure somebody isn't chasing me here now. And the bone room. Oh my goodness. This is just as filthy and dirty as it was the first time around. The feathers all over the floor, the dust. Oh, the sweltering heat. And the suffocation. When you breathe, you get a combination of feathers and dust. Oh, it's done so well. Every detail. From this mask hanging over to the table, to the skull on the table, and the armadillo. Oh my goodness. And the chicken. Oh, my favorite friend, the chicken. And I'm so glad that he isn't real now. The first one was, they did a little taxidermy on their own. Unfortunately, they didn't know what they were doing, and we had to endure it for quite a long time. Oh, the infamous bucket. That was a great bucket. I really enjoyed putting my head over this. That wasn't sound effects when it hit the bucket. That's how it sounded and that's how hard it was in my head. So I was really ready to get out of this picture by the time I got ready to get up and jump out this window. Well, there is that famous door that dear Leatherface slammed with all the little critters hanging on the wall. And that gave me chills that very first day.
Did you think they really nailed this design when you saw it?
That was great. It's like being back on the set. Even the heat feels like it's being back on the original
Because
location.
his mind's starting to dissolve. Problem with age, your mind starts to go.
Let's do it real quick.
Okay, this is the Andrew Bernesky slams the door. This is the original slams the door.
When you start to develop a screenplay and you make a choice to pick up from the end of the movie and everything that it entails, and you dream of getting the original Leatherface and reuniting the cast, you actually are standing here now looking out the window as the police cars are arriving and you've got a perfectly replicated house down to scale perfection. And I'm looking at the original Leatherface standing in the doorway who's just complimented all our work and had very little to say, and as far as the most minute changes, it's amazing, just amazing.
There's the gag where I'm sitting by the window. It's the exact spot that Leatherface sat in when he looks out the window and is thinking, where are all these people coming from? So I said, why don't we just let him sit in that chair, and then I can do some business where I'm kind of, doing the tooth thing with the tongue, because it'll be a real obvious reference to the original Chainsaw.
Hello. Whoa, wow. Oh my God. You did a beautiful job.
Hey, John Dugan, John Luessenhop. Nice to meet you. Welcome back.
Okay, guys, I need to clear everybody out. Thank you. Oh, you guys, I gotta clear everything out.
A filmmaker friend of mine from Richmond, Kentucky, emailed me and said that did some research, and you have the longest span of years between reprising a role of any actor. It's wild. It was like a flashback. It's 38 years ago. Just walking up and seeing the house, and then seeing all the props and everything. The chicken, the live chicken. How long do chickens live? That's not the same chicken, is it?
You do what you have to do, Sheriff.
I think it's really a great idea, just script-wise, to start this movie as the last one ends. That just is wonderful. I only wish there was, it was all about us.
Fuckers ain't getting nobody in this family. We're Sawyers.
We are shooting pretty much the end of me and the whole Sawyer family. The townspeople come, kind of a lynch mob thing, and they want Leatherface. And the Sawyer family does not want to give Leatherface up because he's family.
My character really, he's really the one who makes the choice and pushes the cook, Drayton, pushes the cook into giving up Leatherface. So I think that's great. I mean, that to me is the wonderful thing about doing this, is that I get to make fun of the character I played and be the one who sends him off supposedly to his fate.
And then all the shit hits the fan.
Everybody ready? Rolling. And action on the gunfire.
A lot of gunfire, man. The Sawyers are, they got their tail feathers in a rattle. We're trying to take care of it. Oh man, can you believe those shots?
As a result, I almost get shot because these idiots wouldn't just let me do my job.
What's that piece made of?
I really don't know. I think it's goat hair. It looks like Don Cornelius's afro. from Soul Train. I mean, I don't know how they even found that, but it looks just like that. Look. I mean, that's it. Just pull that little piece down right there. Peace and soul.
Blackjack, old number 7, finest whiskey made. A little Molotov cocktail for the boys inside.
Like that.
Okay, here we go. And Molotov cocktail action. Special delivery!
Woohoo! That's movie making, boys and girls. That's movie making.
I got 10 moving cars. I got 20 people with guns. I've got another 8 inside. Fire, explosives. There'll be hangings, draggings, you name it, as we burn this house down.
Everybody please take your spots.
It's on you first. Out for an odd, Sheriff. Can't get around a good book.
Great, Ollie. Hell of a job, bud. That's one job. Woo! Yes, the fraud now.
Well, it takes a little bit of preparation. First, we have construction build the house, and we came in and plumbed the whole house, knocked out all the drywall, put propane bars. There's many propane tanks behind the house that fueled it. Before we filmed, we went in there and fueled it with additional fuel, some diesel and some white gas. I was concerned that it would get out of hand, but for a couple days, we came and wet down the whole area with water trucks just to be safe. And so the fire department's always there because they sign off on it. If there was a big fire and this got out of hand, they would step in and take care of it.
I took a picture today of the fire, and there's a face in it. Do you see the face in the fire? We burned the devil down. It happened here tonight. And we walk away with the experience of having touched a few people's lives in the process, because both Gunnar Hansen, Marilyn Burns, and John Dugan, it was a remarkable homecoming for them, coming back into a house they hadn't been in for 38 years, and a house that was responsible for the birth of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the start of their careers. So it was really pretty profound experience.
Hey, lick my plate, you dog dick.
Hey, camera, Mark.
Action!
3D, some see as a gimmick, I see as an opportunity to make even scarier. I think if 3D is done right, in a horror environment, it's only going to enhance the cinematic experience even more. I've spent months and months researching 3D, and it's a technology that's constantly evolving. I feel very fortunate that I assembled what I think is one of the best 3D camera packages in the business, and a great group of people to support it.
The reason I was willing to take this on is the first chance that I've been given the opportunity to participate in the finished product the way I would like to see it. I've always said that one of these days, the day will come when the director, the DP, and the stereographer have a vision together and work equally to create that image. And I was told by the director, this is that movie.
But when it came to what is this world, you had to ask yourself, do I want a movie that people are like ducking and screaming the whole time, like a 50s drive-in film, or do you want to create a really cool 3D world? I opted for the latter.
I believe that a movie should look naturally real and be comfortable to watch for about 2/3 to 3/4 of the movie. And those things that pop out of the screen that everybody thinks is what 3D is about, they'll give you a headache if handled badly. They're a theme park ride, but if you do them 25% of the time, they are punctuation to the story rather than just a gimmick.
As a filmmaker, 3D is a pain in the ass. It is a lot of work. It is a science. I mean, a whole host of constantly changing dynamics that go into making comfortable 3D.
3D, the camera is tied to a whole nother world, and so you can never just go off and pop a shot. It's like moving mini refrigerators around that have like 25 plug-ins. So if you move them 25 yards, you got to go and unplug them, plug them back in, and then 3D has to power back up, and you have to wait. It takes more energy, it's a little more tedious.
You can't have dirty over-the-shoulder shots, for example, and you can't have things that are only halfway in frame because, of course, they would sort of explode off the side of the frame and look really strange. So as actors, we have to be conscious of the physical placement of props and whether they fall side to side or back to front. It's a new way of being aware of the camera. So when we're improvising, you can't really have a camera that's zooming around and picking up moments. It's all very deliberate and planned out. And you have to find a way of keeping it real and natural inside of that workflow.
There's a moment where the van rolls over, and of course here comes Leatherface with a chainsaw, and he pokes the chainsaw in, and now we can see the van, and of course it's this close to your face. And we have to have a 3D depth into the van. Well, that's a contradiction. We have something we call a depth budget, and like a real budget, you can either spend it here or spend it there. You can't have everything. Well, usually, if you want something to have beautiful shape to it in a small range, you can do that. But if you want something near and far, you have to reduce the amount of depth overall to achieve it, and that flattens out a face. So you have to choose your battles, basically.
The hardest part about this is going to be crawling around on my stomach all day just to find my shots and to move these actors around in this very tight quarters. We didn't cheat this. This is going to be shot in the actual van, not chopped up like Hollywood generally does. So we're going to put ourselves in our own environment because we think that's going to give us the most realistic result.
I think just logistically trying to think of where we're going to move because there's not much space in there. It kind of creeps me out. I have nightmares about getting in car wrecks all the time.
Last time anybody got away, my entire family was slaughtered. So I don't take it lightly when people try and escape.
You gotta be really careful about stuff that might look real, but when they put it in front of the 3D camera, it exaggerates a little bit, and then it doesn't look real anymore. So sometimes you gotta pull back and do a little bit less than we usually do, like painting and stuff like that, because it will read better in the 3D.
You know, people think of it as a gimmick, and it's used as a gimmick, but I think that's what 3D is all about. It's about enhancing your experience.
Nothing like a chainsaw coming at you in 3D.
Welcome to Texas, motherfucker!
Today we're shooting at a barn. It's the barn on Verna Carson's estate. Trey Songz and Tania are in here having hanky-panky. So this way when they die, you know, maybe they weren't such good people after all.
What? Oh, shit.
Oh, you run up. She run up on me. I got my mask on. It's dust prevention out here. There's a dust department that kicks up dust. This is an elite production, and we have people just to make sure that the dust gets risen to an insane level, and that's been happening all night. So everybody has these masks. Oh, and I actually have hers on.
Yeah. It's basically crushed up walnut shells, and it's a lot better for everybody to breathe around. I mean, still it's not great to breathe because you're still putting stuff into your lungs. But the best thing about this stuff is we also use it as a smoldering dust. We can actually ignite it, and it smolders and gives us a nice smoke. Here it comes at you.
A kid's trapped in a barn, being attacked by a Leatherface, don't know what to do, and Heather, our lead, comes crashing through the barn in the van to save them, we think.
My name is Elena Sanchez. I am Alex's stunt double. Tonight we are driving the van through the barn door to, pick up whoever's in the barn and drive them out of there. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Okay, guys, here we go. Cameras are set. Steve, you good?
Yep. Like low.
And action.
And action, Elena.
I have no idea. I think it means drop.
It was actually the real actors that I was driving the car towards, but once I came through the barn, there was enough distance for it to be safe enough to have them there. And then once they got in the car, I looked backwards, and so you couldn't tell that it wasn't the actress.
Good. Copy that. We're standing by. Everybody very careful, lots of sharp stuff.
Tonight we're fortunate to be filming at Camp Minden, which is a military base. It also is a place that made ammunition and currently stores ammunition for the federal government. This is a closed ammo factory that made ammunition, I think, from Korea through the Vietnam War and even up into the 80s. It is our backdrop for the slaughterhouse.
Big scene coming up, man. They're gonna be pounding and pounding and zitting and grinding. Oh man, it's gonna be terrific. Well, yeah.
It's 112 degrees indoors at night in Shreveport, Louisiana, in a building that probably killed 4 to 7 million people. It's like 600 yards long, and all they did was make bullets and bombs.
And now we're making movies.
Move your big ass! Get the fucking chain on me!
Me and him are about to take Leatherface out.
Yep.
We're getting a big fight.
Yep.
And I get in a chainsaw fight with a stick, which I don't know how smart that is of me, but we go at it pretty good.
Right.
And the ending might not be so well for me.
Oh, no.
Within this set, we have built a meat grinder that is designed to dispose of meat scraps of all sizes and shapes. And when you see it, it is something that nobody can survive, and nor does our bad guy in this movie. So tonight, Bert Hartman, played by Paul Ray, will die a very painful, gruesome death.
The movie's called Chainsaw Massacre in 3D. You know how I get killed? With a pitchfork.
Here we go.
A pitchfork in a movie called Chainsaw Massacre.
You don't live until you breathe asbestos for about 4 days, and it just makes everything better. Feels like the 70s all over again.
It's hard to make a movie. I'm making a 3D movie with very temperamental equipment. The cameras shut down if they overheat, so you have a whole host of issues you have to deal with. We basically engineered this movie. It's like threading the needle. We have one chance to do it right. And if you fall a little bit behind schedule, it's like throwing a monkey wrench in things. So you just keep trying to sort of reinvent the wheel, rework the Rubik's Cube, and keep the machine running.
So all the good ideas that we could come up with, all the good looking images and the best 3D have all been made to serve one purpose, and that I think is the most unique thing, to be appreciated. I have honestly been on sets where I'm not allowed to talk to the director. And Hollywood's a funny place. There are egos, there are budgets, but this time to actually be considered a member of the team and to participate at a higher level than I've ever had offered to me before, that's the gratification of this experience, and I think it all shows up on the screen.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, you pretty much have a standard fare of what people expect and what they want to see. I've always been a fan of the original film ever since I was a kid, and when K&B got this job, I got really excited and was like, oh, I got to be a part of this, you know. So yeah, it's very exciting to be involved in something so iconic as Leatherface, and being able to revisit even 1974. I mean, being able to go back to the end of the original film and pick up right there. Come on, that's kind of a dream, really. If you ask people that have seen the original, people that saw it when it first came out, they'll tell you it's the goriest movie they've ever seen. You know, oh, it's so gory and violent, and in actuality, it isn't. There's hardly a drop of blood that gets spilled in that movie. Nowadays, that doesn't work for people. Subtlety is no longer scary. So now things are a lot more in your face. So we're sort of taking nods to all that original terrifying stuff and making everything look exactly the same, but now we're showing you the horror as well. It's not all in your mind, you're seeing more of it. Daryl, he's going through the mansion and he's stealing stuff, and Leatherface takes offense to that.
Leatherface has opened this door and then comes out with a meat hammer and goes to town. But in terms of being killed, I mean, there are subtle things. In the original, the first guy gets killed and his legs are kind of shaking, which adds to the gruesomeness. You know, it's almost like an animal, like you're killing an animal and the nerves are still going. So there is things that you can add in and throw in.
And for the initial part of the scene, they have a foam hammer they're going to actually hit Shaun with. And then he's going to spit out a bunch of fake teeth that we made. And so they'll be hitting him with a foam hammer a couple of times, and then on a cut, it'll be real hammer, fake head. This is Shaun's head. It's not finished. We don't have the facial hair on it yet, and the hair is yet to be styled. But we had Shaun come into the shop at K&B, and we cast him in this expression because he's going to get his head smashed in. So this is what we call a smash-o head. What we can do is we can cut some relief cuts here and there and fill it with a bunch of blood and brain matter and stuff, and then when Leatherface hits it with a real hammer, it'll just cave in and become a big splattery smashing mess.
I don't want it to be like the biggest blood spot ever.
Okay. I don't know. Let's stop cutting it.
Just get him right here. Just right in the fucking middle of the head.
If it starts to bounce, you should just move your hand and hold him down.
Okay.
Okay? Now, you didn't have your hand on him before.
Right.
But only if it starts to bounce, just do it.
Okay.
So we don't waste the head.
Check.
Hey, Mark.
Set.
Brutal. CGI can go fuck itself.
Take 2 steps back, Keram, and action.
Fucking Jesus fucking Christ!
Originally, we were going to kill Kenny in a different way, but when we got out here, you know, there were some slight script changes and some other things that happened, and they said, you know what, we don't have a chainsaw kill in this movie. And we thought about it, and we're like, you're right, we don't. We really need a chainsaw kill. So the director comes to us, and he's like, what can we do? He's like, I want to cut Kenny in half.
I have a very elaborate death process.
Yes.
I do not just get stabbed. I in fact, I die in about 6 different ways. So we're gonna figure out how to mutilate me systematically until there's very little of me left.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep. And they've worked out some sort of rig that they attach to his back on a harness, and it has a big target area. And Dan, the guy playing Leatherface, actually hits him with a real meat hook. But when you're getting dragged down the stairs, if you need some extra protection on your elbow, we could certainly put this on.
Right. I smacked those stairs pretty hard.
Yeah, I bet.
I know that they want to do that for real.
Mm-hmm.
They want it to look like my face is really in camera, so there's no cheat on that part.
Yeah.
Do I lose my legs?
Yeah, well, you're going to get cut completely in half.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Did they tell you that?
No.
Oh, yeah.
When you're gonna die in 30 different ways, you gotta have a good attitude.
I think so.
A bad attitude just makes it hurt more.
Leatherface actually doesn't touch me. I die in a car wreck, trying to get the girls out. Like right there, I'm actually gonna be laid upside down. Yeah, it's a cool thing.
Is it freaky to do like a car wreck? Okay, well,
Damn right.
Yeah.
Trey is totally down to earth. He's a great guy. He came to our shop, and we had to do a head cast of him and a chest cast.
You know, it was actually a very soothing process.
Just think of it as a day at the spa. Kinda. Two dudes taping my chest up. Wait till they start rubbing stuff all over your face.
They put all these coats of gunk on you, and then they got your body mold, and they do all your measurements and stuff. And
At the time, what we thought was going to happen was we were going to kill him by putting a chainsaw through his chest. And then they went, no, we're just going to crash the car and he's going to go through the windshield. So we were going to make a full dummy. And they called us and said, you know what, hold off. I think we're going to do it with the actor first. We don't need the body. We're not going to put him through the windshield. We're going to do the shot a different way. And then eventually they said, just make his head. We're going to put it in a bucket. So we're like, all right. So we have a severed head of Trey Songz, which is a very coveted item in the trailer right now, and it's just disturbing.
It's nice to know that even you can get disturbed.
Oh, yes, I can.
I suppose if you can't get disturbed by what you do, then you could not possibly figure out what is disturbing.
True. Although I remember we were doing a film once, and I don't remember which one it was, but one of the producers comes up and he goes, "You guys are just the sickest." And I said, I didn't come up with it, you did.
Yeah.
We just figured out how to make it.
Yeah.
I think the thing that made me most want to be part of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D is that I have been a fan of this movie as long as I can remember. I think Leatherface is unique in the pantheon of horror icons. He's been trained from childhood to perform a particular killing function. He's afraid of the world. He grew up with a family of people who all did his thinking for him. He was an instrument. He felt that way. He had no identity other than what his job was to do. And then that was all taken away from him. His circumstances changed completely.
When it comes to choosing Leatherface, there's a few decisions that you have to make. One is you want a big imposing guy, and Dan Yeager's 6'6". I didn't want a cliche like a physically fit wrestler or a football player. You can't imagine how many hundreds of those guys were submitted. Dan's got a bit of a belly, and so did the original Leatherface. It makes it feel real. Most people have bellies. I know I do.
He was seen at a Christmas party looking like Leatherface, and I couldn't believe it. I looked at him, I took one look at this guy, he was 6'6", he was standing there kind of gazing at the party, million-mile stare, face built of just granite, forehead that looked like something that maybe Frankenstein wished for, and I said, this guy's it.
Because you're wearing a mask, there's only a few ways for you to express yourself as an actor, and they are through your physicalness of walking and moving. But the most important thing are the eyes. Eyes are the windows into the soul and also into the madness of this person. And Dan has frightening eyes. He's got a big brow. He can intimidate anybody around him if he chooses to by a simple look. And that's how he won the part. It was simply what he could say without speaking a word.
I prepared for this role actually mostly focusing on the work that Gunnar Hansen had already done. I ripped him off unashamedly in continuing that character that he created. That was my main influence. The biggest challenge in playing this role was overcoming the intimidation, I think, of taking on what has become this iconic character. It's a little daunting to assume, you know, the role that someone else who I admired all my life, you know, had done so well. If you'd have told me 2 years ago I was going to be standing here in front of you, meeting you as another Leatherface, I would have said, you are, you know, no way. Life is incredible, and this is one of those pivotal, incredible moments for me. I can't tell you how I don't know, I'm going to get emotional on you. Sorry.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, crying Leatherface. That's
no, it's an ugly thought.
Yeah.
Leatherface expresses himself in the mask.
Yes.
And that's what gave me the idea that when I played him, that there's nothing under the mask. My whole concept was there just isn't there. You take the mask off, there's no face.
Yeah.
And it worked for me to do it that way. I mean, you know, it made him seem mysterious and, you know, sort of really creepy.
It was quite an experience to meet this man that I have idolized all my life. That has never happened to me before. That he is really the first of who I classify as my idols in this world. And we actually discussed a little bit about playing the character and the differences in the two characters, because by the time I get him, he's a vastly different person. He's no more just an instrument of someone else's will. He is out for vengeance.
Action.
So my first shot in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D was carrying the corpse of my grandmother down the mansion steps. My grandmother, of course, is played by Marilyn Burns, the original Sally. And I cannot tell you how thrilled I was and how difficult it was to remain calm carrying Marilyn Burns dead in my arms.
Wonderful. Nice. Welcome back to Texas Chainsaw, Marilyn Burns. Okay.
The other strange thing about this role I didn't expect is Leatherface has an awkward walk, because in like the final scenes of the original movie, he injured his right leg, and he's been living in a basement for 20 years, and so I kind of imagined his physicality somewhat compromised. But anyway, he walks with his right foot kind of out sideways, and it drags a little bit. You do that for 14 hours, and it really just takes a toll on the groin muscles, for lack of, and I was not prepared for the actual post, work pain of that.
Just say, hit that bitch, Leatherface.
Hit that bitch, Leatherface.
Just somebody be off camera saying that.
All right. Action!
I've had a different reaction to it than I would have expected of myself. The screaming of a woman. When you're chasing her with a chainsaw, it just makes you want to kill her more. Which surprised me. I didn't expect that. Yeah, doing this, it's changed things. I can only take it in small doses. Yeah, you can't live with a character like this. It's too dark. It really is.
Welcome to the world of Leatherface. When we arrived here, John, the director, had a a specific vision about how he wanted the masks to look. So he had a couple of ideas about things, and some of the things that he really liked was that they look crispy and tanned and leathery. We're doing this film now 37 years later, and a lot of the things that we're doing are similar to what they did back then, but obviously there's been a lot of advances. What we've done differently now is it's molded to the actor's face. So it's actually molded to fit Dan perfectly. You can get more expression through it. And the other mask, it's very stiff. And with this one, you can sort of read his character through it a little bit more. He can get a little bit more acting going on.
It's not practical to be a murderous monster when you're on a movie set. And the mask is a wonderful shortcut to that character. You cannot help but be a murderous monster in that mask.
There's a moment in this movie when he's changing his masks. He rips the old one off and you realize it's been stitched on. And then he takes the thread and sews the next mask onto his face. And I thought, why didn't we think of that? It's a brilliant thing to expand the character of Leatherface a little bit to get a better sense of him.
We made a total of 3 masks for this film. One was described to us as his favorite pair of slippers, so to speak, what he wears around the house, the one he has all the time. And then we have what's called the slaughterhouse mask. It's more distorted, it's almost more horrifying and even paler. On this one in particular, it has like granules of salt that we sort of kind of glued into it. They like the idea of having some hair that would just be punched in to sort of catch some of the light. We put all these leather straps in just really to make it look cool, like it would be something Leatherface might do. But when we pull it on him on the back, we sort of tighten them down because it tends to get a little loose and sort of rides funny. So we just sort of tighten it like a boot, which is something that Lionsgate had said that they would like.
Yeah, when we designed the mask originally, that's the first thing we had in mind, is how to make it easier to go on and off.
Yeah.
That way it won't take that long to take it off in between takes, and he doesn't have to wear it for a long period of time. And I think he's grateful for that.
And the mask is not a comfortable thing to wear by any means. It's just like wrapping your head in latex in 105-degree heat. You sweat a lot. It's uncomfortable. It overheats your head.
These are Dan's teeth. We cast Dan's teeth just like if you went to the dentist, and then did a little pull off of them. Did some sculptures of really nasty hillbilly sort of, I don't go to the dentist too often, teeth. And for the bottoms, we just sort of paint them with a nicotine and a brown and a black to give it this same sort of feel. That way he doesn't have to have a full set of dentures in his mouth. This is young Leatherface.
At the beginning of the movie?
Yeah.
Right?
He's being scolded by Drayton, so yeah, he's carried in his brother, which is why he's all bloody. This one is my favorite. It's a replica of the one from 1974. So there's a scene in that one that was actually cut out of the original film where he puts makeup on the mask, and it's really disturbing. And then you see him later with the makeup on the mask, and it's not really explained, but when you see the deleted scenes and you get the whole picture, then it sort of comes about. So, but this, it's really freakish. And when you see his eyes in there, because it has like the eyelashes and everything, it's a really, really gruesome, freaky image.
My name is Mark Wallace. I'm the property master. Welcome to the prop truck. I think the main challenge obviously is the chainsaw, which is what this movie is all about. This is one of our rubbers. But as you can see, if you were to have the real one next to this, it's pretty damn close. And we use the rubbers obviously for rehearsals and blocking. There's no reason to have the real chainsaw there. Effects can rig a smoke thing to this. They can put the sound in post, and we can have him running over tree stumps and this and that with a safe chainsaw, not a real one, so the actor won't trip, accidentally fall on the chainsaw or what have you. We try to take all the safety precautions we can. This is the one that the movie begins with. This is based off a Husqvarna chainsaw. This is the one with the 2-foot blade. This is the first one that we see him with. He ends up losing it in a chase with our actress, Alexandra Daddario. And the police confiscate it as evidence, and he goes back to his lair of his wall of chainsaws and picks out his next favorite. This is an interesting chainsaw because this matches the chainsaw from the original 1974 film. It's not the exact one, but it's an exact match. Now in there, the font on here is a little different, and if a real film buff knows, they put a little black stripe over Poulan, which was in the center. But this is the same chainsaw, the same model. No Texas Chainsaw Massacre film is complete without implements of destruction. And here we have some of those implements, and most of these are rubbers, but there's one reel that goes with each item, closest. So you can feel the weight of this one, but as you can see, these are lighter weight. This is a real meat tenderizer. Of course, you can see the rubbers are, you know, actor friendly. So doing props, you really are there all the time. You really are hands-on. You really are a part of that collaboration.
What kind of movie are we making? That guy's an animal. I still cannot put into words what it means to be standing next to this man as Leatherface. Words are not going to cover this. This is so incredible. I only hope and pray that I've done justice to what you've created and what I've admired all my life.
I would like to add that he's wearing high heel boots and I'm not. And I'm standing down sloping.
Yes. A great honor. Thank you.
What's your situation?
Wrong place, wrong time. Trying to help out.
Further down to the whole channel, one more.
Are you all set? We're all set, let's shoot.
Go back to work. Come up only half as high to look at him. And you're cleaning. And the door opens.
You know, Leatherface sits right there.
I remember that.
And he sits there and then he does this little thing where he goes.
And he was a little bit worried that he just
he's
killed
really
people.
freaked out.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking, if you wanted to have that feel, if you want me to, when Sawyer 1 comes in with his shotgun, you want me to sit there? Because then when he says that line, he says they ain't getting, fuckers aren't getting nobody in this family. I can take a second and think about it before I turn to him and tell him, give him the boy. Give him the boy.
I'll put you right here. They don't see you from outside. You got your gun. Yeah. We'll do it right here.
And then I can give him the line, and it just, because he needs a moment anyway to make a decision. Right. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you.
I prefer it here, and I'll put Sawyer number 2 on that side. When you say, he ain't never been right, even for Sawyer.
That's great, Sawyer 2.
Really, I want to give that to you.
See, my line is,
I want to
give him the boy Drayton. He's simple anyway, and then Sawyer 2 says, retarded's more like it.
Retarded's more like it. Hold on, let me see what I wrote in.
Yeah, that's Sawyer 2 saying retarded more like it, and just give this other line back to Sawyer 1. That boy ain't never been right, even for a Sawyer.
Yeah. So if you lose the retarded line, I could say that.
Give the boy Drayton. Give the boy Drayton. He's simple anyway. That's your line.
Right.
He says retarded's more like it,
Drayton says he's family, and then you, Cav, I'm giving this back to you.
Okay.
That boy ain't never been right, even for Sawyer. That has to be your line.
I'm sure, that's fine. And then I can do the pause after that line and say, give him the boy.
Right.
Then I don't say that, I'm sorry. I pause for a second and then say, all right, we're sending him out.
Right.
Sending out Jed. So, okay.
And he gets a good lawyer. You got
And
all
he
the
gets a good
lines.
lawyer. Well.
All right. Who ended up pocketing that $50 million that the movie made?
Well,
because it wasn't you, and it wasn't the cash.
Well, we don't know. We don't know who made the money. I mean, the distributor, what's his name? Piranha, as we called him. Piriano, I think was his name. The Butcher. That was his nickname in the mob, the Butcher. He ran the distribution company, and that first 50 million or more never left their coffers. All of us, and my first royalty check about 6 or 8 months after the movie was released was for $47.07. And that's when I began to realize that there was something, rotten in Denmark. And I'm still convinced that right now, there's some guy sitting on the beach in Rio, and I've paid for the drinks he had last night. So, nobody knows who, we don't even know how much money the movie made. It's believed that it's made somewhere between $100 and $200 million, but nobody knows.
Ready?
Jack, you're out. You're in the shot, Jack.
No, he's back. Here we go. Quiet. Yeah, whoever's right there.
I'm going down. I'm lighting the torch.
All right, here we go. And background action, and action! Motherfucker! Oh, yeah! Yeah!
Whoa! Now yeah, react to it.
No! There! Bring him out. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
We got confusion of where we are before the gunshot comes out.
You guys are in your positions. When I say action gunfire, you're coming up from cover and starting to fire.
You guys gotta go. We gotta roll. It's gonna keep going.
Yes.
You're in your final spot.
By the door.
By the door. Here we go. Fire's in. Take your spots, guys. Here we go. And action gunfire. Okay. And fire. You guys get the emergency truck. Could you please back up a little bit? Is that possible?
Make sure we get
Call Massacre, ladies and gentlemen.
You should be rolling.
The metaphorical burning of the...
Here we go. 2 seconds. Not yet.
Okay, are we rolling?
No. Wait, hold on.
This?
Yeah.
Both
cameras are rolling. Are we rolling? Hold on.
On the explosion. On the explosion, I want you to go off of this monitor shot to the truck.
Action! Call Massacre!
Oh, step back.
You paid good money for that truck. Good money.
That truck cheap if anybody wants it.
You used to play football, Paul?
I did.
All right.
These are my last few moments to be happy before.
My face is actually facing this way. Is that all right for y'all?
John, have Trey position his head, sir.
Yeah, I'm Xing you guys.
Doesn't have to be right. Doesn't have to be right up next to him. You can just take it out a little bit from.
I can put a little blood on
Sprinkle it
that
around
too
there.
if you want.
Yeah. And then maybe some more on the, around the back of his head and around the, that shoulder, neck.
Victor 103.
So I use
You want me to do anything about my mic?
Sound speeding.
South speed.
I just need to.
Okay.
Is camera okay?
Okay.
Are we rebooted and ready? Thank you. Okay. Going on the bell, rolling sound.
103 Edward, take 2.
Sound speed.
Yes, I will.
Hey, Mark.
B Mark.
Yep. Thank you. Shutting the door very well. Okay.
Set.
Set. Set.
Where's it going? Please let me out! Please let me out! Please! Heather, you have to open We have to get out! We have to get out! Please! Please! Open the window! Heather, please open the window! I can't open the door! No, go! No! Sorry, did I hurt you? I'm sorry.
Did we see the door open? Right? I saw it open, yeah. I mean, towards the end. Cutting.
Everybody okay?
No, it wasn't all the way closed.
No.
Right. All right, we'll make a pull out.
Very good, very good.
What's going on down here? This is something going on. Woohoo! Woohoo! Oh, yeah. The actor prepares. Rub my leg. I get better. Ah, thanks, baby.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Anything else?
And then finally, he's going to smack you down. Wow. Are going to go down. Just like that. Okay? Okay, we'll do that. So let me bring Paul Ray in so he understands that.
And then this is where he does all his trash talk.
Yes.
Get the chain, Ollie. Man. I'm gonna enjoy it. You hear me?
And act.
Big ass. Go! Move! Put that orange down.
Push him, make him go.
Chain, Ollie.
I think we got to drag and push him. I just think
all right, let's go.
Crawl, it's not.
Here you go. Like that. How you like that? You're about to die, you cocksucker. You hear me? Fucking my town, boy. Think you gonna do this shit forever? Go! Let's go, boy. Come on, something's waiting for you. We gonna chew your ass up, son. Wait for the chain to get the chain tight. There you go. Here we go. What? What? Talk to me! Huh? Still rolling, guys. Still rolling. Rolling. Let's go, you cocksuckers. You about to die, son. We're gonna chew your ass up like a fat fucking cow. You hear me? You motherfucker. Let's go, boy.
Yeah, just rear back.
All right, go.
Here, spin.
Back to his head, boom.
Rear back cross.
And then I rear back again. Whoa.
Across or this one? No, I'm just telling Paul. Cross. You were right down like
Yes. So let's go from the top. Okay. Come in. Bang. Spin.
Spin.
Back to the head.
There you go.
Bam.
Now
and I rear back again. Boom. Throws it down. Sweet. Drop.
Good, good, good.
And then come back here.
Yeah.
Wham.
Push down.
Knock it down. Okay. And then I sweep over and grab the hook. Wham. Pull your arm. And then I think I got you for a second.
Right.
And then and I sweep
right
again.
across.
Let's do the sweep sweep. You ready?
Okay.
You get it cranked?
I'm cranked.
All right.
Are you gonna go this way?
Sweep. Sweep.
Okay.
And then sweep.
There you go.
Down to here. Let's go over the top. I gotta blow out this. I'm gonna rip her fucking head. John, what was the line you wanted? Bitch. The fuck's wrong with you, huh?
Are we on it right?
Mm-hmm. A little low.
A little low?
Yes. That's good.
Okay.
That would hold some place.
Okay, great. Let's put the shirt on. Let's get ready to go.
It's gonna cost about $200 extra.
Brad's all over.
And take 2 steps back, Keram. And start to run. Go after him. Okay, come over. Leatherface, are you ready? Keep it back for a second. Keep running. And
Wait, hold on a second with this key settle. Okay, set.
and action.
Fucking Jesus fucking Christ!
Good, good. You okay? Everybody good? Yeah, we good?
Good deal. Let's go for the
Thank you.
steady cam pull.
I think that when we're done with this shot, and we're moving down.
Action. Stop. Dismiss. Start over. Let's reset everyone. You all right, Dan?
Yeah.
We don't see it. Everyone set?
Dan, are you happy?
Yeah. Let's try.
Here we go.
Set.
This small.
And action.
Here, let me do this too. Can we do another one?
Very good.
Do a good job.
So.
You don't have to think too hard. I just want you to run them with your arms down.
Okay.
You're gonna hook her. and
Right.
Set that action. in
Right.
motion.
So get it
So
up.
you're going to come get her.
Okay. Okay, I can just drag it behind.
Give her a choice. She's on that side.
On this side?
Yeah.
Hey, come on, Lee, Mark.
Set.
Set.
And action. Okay.
Cutting.
Action!
Action. See, that would have been beautiful. That's what we got to do. That's what we're doing, guys.
And action!
That's a cut.
Okay, good. That's what you're going to do.
Stand by.
And act.
Cut. Everybody okay? You okay? You okay? You good? You okay?
We got more of those.
Good.
So, that was good.
All right, hey, Tanya and Trey. All right, you guys ready? And yeah, you're coming out here. Okay, let's go. You coming out? You heard the noise. Who's that? Hey, 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 hey. Then he starts to come. You see him? He's starting to come. Okay, now you're inside. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. You gotta shut this door, man. You're not gonna run. And action. Shut the door. Hard time to get it going. It's tough, and he hits it one time. Boom. You're pushing back. You're fighting to get it through. You pull away. Here comes Leatherface.
Go, 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 go!
We're starting then. Okay, and action.
Wait. What is it?
Who is that? What's he doing? What's he, the fuck?
Who? Hey! Hey!
Who the fuck?
Oh, shit!
Hey, camera Mark.
Be Mark.
Can we flatten the handle on that sandbag, please?
James.
Set. Thank you. Good enough. Set. Set.
And action!
All right.
Fuck! Very good.
Yeah, I mean, are they even gonna see this?
Yeah, I mean, what would be the point of wearing a mask if you're
Yeah.
supposed to get some?
Yeah.
There's no
They
point.
got some goggles.
Here we go. Go, camera set. Remember, hug his back. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Hold up, hold up. You can't hear. We just want to see the saw. Hold on. See right here. Just the light. Nope. And hold up. Angle the saw. Very good. We're good right there. All right. Door back away. And we're good. Okay. And action! Cut. Everybody okay? You okay? Good job, guys.
Thanks, sir. We're done. Yep.
Everybody okay?
Thank you.
At this point, Trey, you've got your shovel. You've come up next to her, I guess, and you guys aren't sure what is going to happen. Then I think it takes a beat, and you
She's already shot the shot.
She
right?
shot it. At that point, you're looking, and then I think when you hear nothing, you might ask, you want some more?
Right, yeah, you want some more?
Ratchet it one time,
Got in me.
and then all of a sudden, suddenly you guys start to hear a noise. The car's coming, What is that? You start to back up a little bit, because you're hearing something, and you suddenly see some lights hitting you'll see the lights hit the barn door, and in comes the van.
If I go down here below you.
Got set. Here we go. And action!
Go! Go! Ryan, go!
I'm chill.
Go, 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 go!
Yeah.
Carpels. Plunge past you, and it's closed. Please.
Reach over and chew it.
Thank you, everybody. You okay, James?
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, you're gonna have to hold your head up.
Yeah,
don't worry about me.
Jim, your head could be volleying a little bit.
Can lather him a little bit?
Yeah.
All right.
Hang on just a minute, Jim.
Okay, hands up. Here we go. Thank you, everyone. Let's. Okay, okay.
It's like you're angry. You're angry. When you get him through there, you just step right over top of it and you go ahead and slam the door.
Okay.
Roll down.
Okay, guys, here we go. Let's roll, roll, roll.
145, take
Got
two.
it? Got it.
Okay, Mark.
And set.
Set. Set.
Yes, action.
Perfect. Great.
And then, no, I think they're just resetting because we're on a wide
And then we'll stop and we'll let Leatherface get on top of him and start pounding. And
Brutal.
Thank you. Did that work for you guys? Did blood get in any lenses? Or are we clean?
There's a French movie called Irreversible.
So we should go take this.
After seeing that, a certain scene in that movie.
Yes, please.
My line.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. And maybe we should. Keep going.
And it's not even a movie.
Yes, because we need more time. We're shooting you tonight.
I know.
What? Looks beautiful. And I think that we might use you for one shot.
Literally up now.
This
is fucking disgusting.
You want to be for all